deep in a valley high in the mountains, where forests bent down to the surface of a blue-green lake and the morning mist drifted like silver veils, lived a water fairy named Liri. She was as delicate as the shimmer of moonlight on the water, and her voice sounded like the gentle murmur of a clear spring. Every morning, she woke in a deep cave beneath the surface and swam upward to greet the world. Liri had one special task: to protect the lake so it would remain chisto, peaceful, and full of life. When the fish quarreled, she calmed them. When the reeds bent and cracked in the wind, she whispered little stories to them so they would not be afraid. And whenever the first raindrop appeared on the surface, she danced around it as if welcoming an old friend. One day, however, a small boy named Mathieu came to the valley. He was curious, brave, and a little lonely. His family had recently moved to the nearby village, and Mathieu did not yet have any friends. So he wandered around the lake, collecting pebbles and listening to the soft sound of the water. When he leaned over the surface to rinse his dirty hands, he saw something unbelievable: a bluish flash flickering beneath the water. Mathieu blinked, but the flash appeared again, this time closer. Then the surface rippled gently, and Liri rose from the water. "Don't be afraid," said the fairy, her voice as soft as a summer breeze. "My name is Liri. I watch over this lake." Mathieu stood frozen for a moment, but curiosity soon won. You're real." "I am as real as your heart allows you to believe," the fairy replied with a smile. From that day on, Mathieu returned to the lake every evening. Liri showed him the secrets of the water world, how crayfish build their little homes, how light breaks inside drops of morning dew, and how water itself can grow calm when someone truly listens to it. Mathieu was happy, happier than he had been in a long time. But one morning, noise and dust appeared above the valley. Workers arrived in the village with plans to build a large road by the lake. Trees were to be cut down, the banks dug up, and the water redirected somewhere else. Liri was heartbroken. "If the lake loses its peace, I will disappear," she whispered to Mathieu. "And with the water, everything that lives here will be gone." Mathieu knew he had to do something. He ran to the village, spoke to the people, and begged them to protect the lake. But the adults had their own worries: work, responsibilities, plans. No one took him seriously. So Mathieu decided on one last attempt. He took an old lantern he had found in the attic and lit it that evening. Then he stood on the wooden pier and waited for the workers to return from their day's work. When they saw the light, they came closer. "Look," Mathieu said, pointing toward the water. And then something happened that no one expected. Liri rose from the lake, not as a tiny fairy, but as a radiant being who illuminated the entire water. The lake glowed with soft blue light, and the fish swirled around her in shining circles, as if they were singing. The workers fell silent. Not one of them spoke. Then their foreman, an old man with kind eyes, quietly said, "This place is a miracle, and miracles must never be destroyed." The next day, the construction was cancelled. The lake remained untouched. Liri smiled at Mathieu. "You saved me, and not just me, the whole valley." "Will you stay here?" the boy asked. "As long as the water stays pure and people's hearts remain open," the fairy answered. And so Mathieu gained not only a new friend, but also the understanding that even a small person can change the world, if they have courage, a kind heart, and are not afraid to speak out. And Liri, she continued to dance upon the surface of the lake, whispering to the reeds and protecting her home, knowing that she would never be alone again.